Today, I'd like to talk to you about 3 ways to strengthen your nonprofit's operations. What are concrete actions that you can put in place for a lasting impact in your organization? The first one would be clarifying roles and responsibilities. For your nonprofit to function well, everyone must know exactly what they are responsible for. Not just the people in a leadership position, your management team, your board members, but also your employees and your volunteers, right? Everyone should know what they are responsible for. What do I need to do? And perhaps even when, right? What are the manager's responsibilities when it comes to clarity around roles and responsibilities? I encourage you to take a moment to review job descriptions, right? This can be done maybe annually, maybe twice a year, or whenever is needed, right? If there's new positions being created in your organization, for example, this could be a good time to review job descriptions. Clarify who is responsible for what, and ensure that everyone feels supported and valued in their roles. Remember, clarity fosters engagement. It also improves overall efficiency and reduces the potential for conflicts. Another way to boost your operations, if I can say it this way, or reinforce your nonprofit's operations, is optimizing communication with an effective meeting structure. It can't be said enough. Good communication is key to your success, to your organization's success. Whether through regular meetings or collaborative tools, it's essential to promote transparent and effective communication within your organization. As a manager, what you can do is implement structured meetings, right, with clear agendas. You can also ensure that every meeting has a specific purpose. You can even define those, put them onto paper, right? And ensure also that every meeting doesn't last longer than necessary. Right? We've all sat through meetings where we're like this, thinking, okay, when is this going to end? I have other stuff to do. This can happen sometimes when not every item on the agenda concerns everyone, right? So I'm taking you back to clear agendas, right? Right people around the table, clear agendas, and doing the meeting in an inefficient manner, right? So maybe thinking about not making them last longer than necessary. Remember, an effective meeting can facilitate decision-making and can also boost collaboration. Another thing you can do to improve your operations or reinforce your operations is creating a continuous improvement culture. Continuous improvement is a process aimed at constantly evaluating, adjusting, and refining practices, processes, and performance within an organization. Continuous improvement is based on the idea that even well-established systems can sometimes be improved for greater efficiency, quality, and responsiveness to changing needs. What is a manager to do? Well, to practice continuous improvement, you can regularly evaluate internal processes, put it into your annual structure of things you need to do every year, and ensure that you are aware of your beneficiaries' satisfaction levels. Because if you're not aware of those numbers, then you might be lacking motivation for continuous improvement, right? Or you might not be hearing some of the feedback of your end users, just to give you a few examples, right? So just remember, a culture of continuous improvement boosts operational efficiency and allows your organization to maximize its impact. I have a few pitfalls here that I want to talk to you about. So one pitfall, and we've talked about this a little bit earlier, but ambiguity, right, around roles and responsibilities. The risk here is that if you don't do it, or if your roles and responsibilities are ambiguous, you can fail to address important tasks due to unclear ownership. Right? So maybe one of your employees, if they're not very well aware of what they are to do, maybe they'll neglect a certain task. For example, right? This is just an example. A tip, like I said before, clarify everyone's roles by regularly updating job descriptions and ensuring everyone knows who to approach when needed. What's the impact? Well, it can help your organization improve the overall team efficiency, right? And optimize the nonprofit's efforts as well. The other pitfall here is poorly structured and overly frequent meetings, right? The risk is wasting valuable time and even maybe delaying decision making. The tip here is to organize meetings with clear objectives and specific agendas, while also limiting their duration and frequency. The impact, it can speed up decision making and allow the team to focus on more strategic tasks. Less time in meetings, more time doing, perhaps. And finally, the third pitfall would be resistance to change and lack of continuous improvement. The risk here is that your organization can stagnate in inefficient processes when faced with new challenges, not being able to react on time, right? So here's a tip. Foster a culture of continuous improvement by regularly gathering feedback from your employees and maybe other stakeholders and adjusting processes as needed. The impact, this will allow your nonprofit to remain flexible and adapt its actions for maximum impact, right? So remember, to reinforce your operations, creating clarity around roles and responsibilities, implementing an effective meeting structure, and cultivating a culture of continuous improvement.